you became world famous. You're 35,
overnight,
handsome kid, and the amount of female energy you got, I've heard from third parties, was over the top, was crazy. True or false?
I guess true, because I was single.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was so cautious with everything when I met someone, because I knew how it could turn. They could say
Smart.
he did a rape or anything. I was really cautious, and I think a gift that I have, because my late father was in sales, is to read people, and I would know immediately if someone's kind of after the if they wanted,
especially
if they had agendas.
There was opportunities every hour.
Yeah,
every hour.
But then also you were looked at kind of the first suspect, right? Because like, hold on, this guy's here. Your story was you heard knocking, like 3 knocks, and then you just went back in to get a better flashlight. Is that right?
No. So what happened is they came to my door. The 4 detectives came to my door. It's at 5:35 or so in the morning. They didn't say who they were, and I had like it was a weird night like this, a June gloom. So there's knocking at my door, and I just opened the door. It was the cops, the detectives. I said, "Did OJ's plane crash?" Because that's the only thing I could figure out. He went to Chicago.
Because he headed to Chicago for the
I thought,
Hertz
because
deal.
I'm not thinking someone's been murdered. So they come in my room, and they position themselves like one there, one there, one there, and they would each would ask a question. So I'd kind of be bouncing around.
Jesus.
And I still don't know what's going on. They kept going, "What did you wear yesterday? And what are the shoes you wore?" So I was getting on my shoes, and they're looking on see if there's any kind of dirt on them or anything. So it was like,
right there, they're already investigating.
Oh yeah, I had no.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, that's what those guys do.
I think everybody's a suspect. Whatever. They're just doing their job.
Did they figure out quickly that you weren't?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm friends with, I was friends with kind of all of them. Vanetter died after they met me and spent so many hours with me. It was, even today, Tom Lang has done my show. I do this 1 Degree Scandalous show. He's been on our show.
Yeah,
I
Tom
love
Lang's
true crime. I love detective work, and he's done like 9 serial killers.
But how well did you know OJ?
That's what I was going to say.
I'm ignorant to this whole. He's the guy's down there. I'm a novice to this, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I just remember OJ being arrested and being acquitted, but I never followed the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Like when the cops came to you and you were like, OJ's plane went down, and then when you found out that it was Nicole and the other gentleman who passed away, was your first thought it's OJ?
No, because I thought no way. I thought they're just checking on. They're just coming here because they know that. First of all, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. They're just asking me questions. They don't tell you anything. And then the bungalow, I had a bungalow. Next door was Arnell. That's his daughter. And then they questioned her, and she didn't know. So we both go into a house sitting separate. And then I heard the phone call that Tom Lang is telling the parents, your daughter's been killed. So we don't know. He didn't say murdered. He just said killed.
Did he have children with Nicole? Sorry.
Sydney and Justin. They're the ones that were.
These were the kids that were on the property.
Yeah, and they're young kids.
I was friends with her more than him, but he helped me out when I used to live at Gretna Green. That was her house before Bundy.
Yes.
She and I were friends because we met in Aspen through my buddy Grant.
You and who?
Grant Kramer, the
but
guy.
You were friends with who? Nicole?
Well, I was friends with Grant, but we met in Aspen. So that was my first meeting of her. Of course, I've heard of O.J. Simpson, but they were divorced at the time.
So Brian, just for context, so O.J. had 2 children with Nicole. They were young. They were living in the house at the time. They're actually asleep when all this was going down.
Yeah.
And then prior to his marriage to Nicole, he got married out of college. He had 3 kids. One passed away. One drowned in a pool.
Oh my God.
So he has 2 older kids that were born in one like 68 and one like 71. So
Jason and Arnell.
Yes.
And
Jason's a chef, and that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's another case.
Which is all bullshit.
What an interesting, crazy time, but what a heartbreak for these children.
Yeah.
Were you around them, or did you?
The kids, I had my relationship with the kids was, I was the guy that made them laugh, and they ended up getting a Akita dog, and the whole thing was they're going, what do we name the dog? And they said, we got to call the dog Kato. So it was kind of an act of love, I think, that they called dog Kato.
That's a big honor.
And it's all, I was just the guy that if I was around, if they needed homework help or anything, I just was in the back guest house on Gretna Green, not Bundy, because there was no guest house. So I helped them out with that. Nicole and I never dated, nothing sexual. They try to do that in the tabloids.
Yeah.
total friend, and I'd help her out if she ever needed anything. And it just became friends with the kids.
And so eventually, did you? You have your. I don't know. I haven't heard you share your opinions. Was there some point where you're like, maybe OJ did do this? I have my theory on what happened.
Oh yeah, no, I think I've said on shows. Yeah, I think he's 100% guilty.
Yeah.
And during the time when I'm with the kids, you have to realize. So Nicole was the mom that we were running with 4 of her girlfriends every single morning, and the kids would. My Gretna Green they had it locked, but sometimes I got home so late from the cat. I did a wrangling on extras for films, so I got late hours. They'd jump on the bed in the morning. They'd go to school, and that's when the Khloe, Kourtney, and Kim Kardashian just jump on the bed also.
Yeah.
So you could say that I've been in bed with the.
That's how they got.
So it's like.
So they were all little children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
super young.
I guess 9.
It's so
9 to
sad to
12.
me. It's just so
Yeah,
sad. It's like you want to say to OJ, dude, you have a whole life. You have you're living like the life of Riley, and you're going to destroy so many lives with this.
But Kato, let me ask you this: Why do you think, no doubt, that OJ did it?
Because when I talked to detectives, and they had 250 detectives throughout the whole case working the case, they just said it's a done deal.
There's too much
now,
evidence.
The reasonable doubt. Barry Scheck, I thought, was the brilliant lawyer for the defense. He
The best.
planted that with the DNA.
Yes.
But the DNA was 1 in a trillion that it was him.
Yes.
And he still convinced the jury.
know.
That's incredible.
It's all because of lawyers.
And his DNA was found all over the place.
Nails everywhere. Bedroom socks, all 3 people. DNA. We did a show.
In the Bronco, trails everywhere.
Netflix.
Cut on
He
his-
said it was
cut on his
He said it
hands.
was 3/4 of a drop of blood that had been spread out everywhere, and they were making a big deal about it because he had cut his hand.
They're saying, there's at the Netflix show, they have the special that goes on. I saw it. I had no idea all the evidence that was never used. It blew me away
It's
that they
insane.
didn't use the socks. They didn't use the stuff, the blood in the dry wash machine. All the stuff was never used because they said they had so much evidence they didn't need it.
Now
Really?
the naysayers will say that that was put in after the fact. Like
Yeah,
a
they're
lot of
saying that
OJ's
the-
evidence.
I don't think
I'd say
all those
I don't think
detectives
cops
behave
would
that way.
Ever plant anything. They said Furman was going to plant the glove that was found behind my bungalow. It's impossible because he didn't know to plant a glove because he didn't know anything until I told him about the noise I heard in my room. This picture moved. There's no window. I said, and I'm talking to this girl, and I said, did we just have an earthquake? And the whole time we're deciding, she goes, come on over to my place. I'll come to you. I said, no, you come over here. And we're kind of just
So
someone
wait.
I was like not dating, but
Yeah,
kinda
but
hanging out
So
with.
when you heard the bump,
Yeah.
that was OJ hiding evidence? Or
No.
What people are saying that's OJ. It's a walkway. It's only that big. He had to climb over the neighbor's fence, and they think that he hit his head on the air conditioning unit, and that's where the glove dropped. There's 2 gloves. One of it, the glove, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
So he dropped that glove there.
It fell out, I think. And
Yeah,
there was
it
a
fell.
glove at the crime scene and a glove on his property. So Bundy and Rockingham had 2 gloves that matched him.
So the theory would be that he was stalking her because he was suspecting her. She was fooling around on him.
No.
Even though they were broken
No.
up.
I think what was going on
Not
is that
stalking
she finally at this dance recital said, I don't need OJ anymore in my life. I think it affected him because he thought he could have women and her, and he knew it was finally over.